Good afternoon. It's around 2:14 in the afternoon. Another hot one in Western Carolina. Hopefully we'll get some thunderstorms coming in sometime within tomorrow or I believe it's Sunday. Hopefully. So today I'm going to do a cigar review for you guys. It's a short cigar. It's when I first saw it, I believe it was in the Pipes and Cigars catalog, and it seemed interesting, the shape of it and everything like that. You're used to round cigars, and all of a sudden, oh, this is a square cigar, and then you have all these thin cigars, things of that nature. But oh, I had to find a cooler spot because my front porch, there's no shade over my house. My house gets direct sunlight. So if I leave my AC on all night and then until around noonish, 1 o'clock before I gotta go to work because I work mostly afternoons. Usually by the time I get home, the house is still somewhat cool, but it's, you start running the AC again, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, thank the Lord. Because when I go and work, I work out in the parking lot, okay? I get carts because nobody else gets carts besides me and another person. So, and then when it gets later in the day, when our other the main buggy guy leaves, maybe three others that work the night shift, the from like 5 to closing shift, 10 o'clock, they'll do it. But it's just, it's a pain in the butt, when you're at work and you're always being told, well, this is a team. Oh, you're out of dress code, then you go and have to go get that item, and then your manager comes up to you, now don't you feel like you're more part of a team? And I told my manager this one time. I said, if this was a team, if this was a hockey team, me being here for 11 years now, I think at the time that she asked me, I was on my 8th year there. I looked at her and I said, if this was a losing team, sports team, I would have been asked to be drafted years ago to an actual winning team that gets along, that actually works as a cohesive unit to win a championship. This is not, no, sorry. So, and she looked at me like, like I was nuts, but I was straight up, this is not a team. I said, this is a team. If this is a team, everybody's supposed to pull their weight. All the baggers that are supposed to be either bagging or getting carts, they need to go get carts, and they don't do it. So I had to get a little nasty, with my attitude and my, my speaking, because usually I'm a pretty laid back person. I'm gonna move this camera up just a slight, so it's not too far. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, you can see me a little bit better now. Uh, so I had to get a little bit more dominant with the conversation, if you know what I mean. So with that being said and all that, and she didn't really say nothing really back to me. She kind of laughed about it, but I was just honest. I said this isn't a team, and if this was a team, I want to be traded so bad right now. This is, it's embarrassing, Like, I'm 33 years old now. 2 years ago, I was like 31, 30, 31, I'm too old for that crap. I'm too old to be the only responsible one working with, high schoolers and crap because, I can't get a good job where I live at because of my health condition or my condition itself, so it's kind of a slap in the face, but it's usually how it goes. So, getting nasty, I figured it would be a good opportunity to get out the nasty cigar. And like I said, it's got a weird shape to it. I'm not sure if anybody's ever smoked a cigar kind of like this. I know that there's a cigar on Sherlock Holmes. It's kind of like it's like a short, stubby perfecto. I mean, it's got that tip at the end where you light, and you know, it's. But anyway, when I first tried this cigar, I was like, "Whoa!" Like, I am so glad I ate something before. You know what I mean? Like, this thing, it can knock you on your butt. You know what I mean? So, and it's a pain to get out too. Like squeezing like it's not like a regular cigar. But see the wrappers come off. But that's basically, it's got a great smell to it, but it's got that weird shape to it. You clip this end off. I almost started smoking this end. Like I was like, oh, you go from the small side. No, you go from the big side. But the smell of it is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it has the cedar smell from the humidor still on it, which is, it's great. It has a great smell. But that tobacco plus cedar smell, but it's a deep smelling tobacco. It has like that chocolatey bitterness to it. Sorry, I love smelling it. I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to smoke it, was because of the smell of it. Let's see if I can get the wrapper out, or but that this company Asses by Drew Estates. That's basically what it is. It's a nice little wrapper, nice color to it, and then it has the other wrapper on there that basically says, you know, nasty on it. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to some of my friends that do some YouTube stuff. They've been having me on their channel for a while now. So shout out to the Gory Boys, Matt, Dylan, and Ray. It's been a blast doing these little comedy shows. If you guys are familiar with Jackass and Saturday Night Live, that's pretty much what we go off of. Nice little cut, clean cut. And that's the end of it right there. It almost looks like a bee stinger when you pull it out. You know what I mean? Like, imagine pulling that size of a stinger out of you. That would suck. But I'm gonna do it old school today. I'm gonna use matches. Hopefully the wind won't blow it all away. Woo! Woo! Damn. Too windy for that. But starts burning. You know, you get that little closure, and it's damn, that's strong. Whoo! Damn, I haven't smoked one of these in a while. But anyway, shout out to the Gory Boys for allowing me to be on their channel, for being there for a while. I've actually started writing my own script for a show that I'm gonna do. Matt's gonna let me basically anybody can write a script, but basically he's the one that does most of the writing. But my script he's gonna let me do, and hopefully if it gets enough views the first couple of well, first it's gonna be the movie, short movie. It's like 10-15 minutes long maybe. I would like it, depending on how many views we get, I want to do like a series of it, you know, like season 1, season 2, see how far I can get, you know, with writing. And so far so good. I mean, I'm not going to tell too much about it, but basically it's about me and my imaginary friend who comes back into my life for some odd reason. We're trying to figure out why he's back into my life. What traumatic thing happened that, you know, made me have to think of him again or whatever, you know what I mean? Because in folklore, they're considered children protectors. They're they're supposed to help kids be more social, things like that. Um, in the Romanian folklore, they're called zanas, Zannas, zanas. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And they can be a spiritual being, things of that nature. So there's a theory out there that, oh, if your child is talking to an imaginary friend that he made up, is a totally different story. There's another research being done where, oh, your child might be psychic or sensitive to the spiritual world, where it's not something that they made up, it's somebody that has passed away talking to your child. It's happened. It's a show called A Haunting on Travel Channel. It was on Discovery Channel, but then they moved it to Travel Channel with the rest of the ghost hunting shows. Like I remember Sci-Fi, it was Ghost Hunters, and then Travel Channel, Discovery Channel, Travel Channel was Ghost Adventures, and then Discovery Channel had A Haunting. And basically it was a story of this little girl. The first two were like movies, they were like 2 hours long. One of them was A Haunting in Georgia, one was A Haunting in Connecticut, which they made the horror movie based off of that show, of the actual case that happened. And it's the one, it's called A Haunting in Georgia, is the case of Mr. Gordy. This little girl befriends this old man, and at first they're like, oh, it's just her, she's, she's making this up, she wants, they're living in the country pretty much, so it's a commute to different people's places, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we live over blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, that's a good 15-20 minute drive, for a friend's house, you know what I mean? And so they think, oh, she's just making this up, it's an imaginary friend. Well, comes to find out that this neighbor that they befriend tells them about this man, and oh, his name's not really Mr. Gordy, it's something else. And then there's another person, another spirit that she saw that apparently scared her, but it was just another, person that just, he looked tough. And then the neighbor also knew him and showed him a photograph and said, yeah, that's him. So basically that's kind of what I'm going off of. But it's for mine, it's like, well, what triggered you to come back? What emotional trauma made you come back, and I'm still working out the script, but I basically have the idea of what I'm gonna do for it, so I think it's gonna be good. But check out goryboys.com if you like Jackass, Saturday Night Live content. I think you'll like it. I do. It's hilarious. Some of the stuff that we do is absolutely like wow in a way. But get back into this nasty here. It's settled down. The first few puffs, good lord, I haven't smoked one of these in so long. And I did not eat anything today yet, but after this I'm going to, because I am getting hungry. It's comfortable in the mouth. Clenching it, it's not that big of a deal. I might get another couple matches and burn it on this side, because this side I want it to burn even as possible. So how's everybody's summer going? Are you guys, going doing the "it's too hot, it's too cold" thing? That commercial. It might even out by itself. I doubt it though. But the wind is picking up, as you can see in the background on my backdrop over here. Like I said, I had to get off my porch. My porch it's you know the shade is a warm shade. This is a cooler shade over here under Mother Nature. And I'm not dissing the wind or nothing like that, but it's gonna be impossible to light these matches. I should have brought my lighter, but I wanted to do it old school. I wanted to see if maybe, like, I know butane doesn't put a chemical flavor or whatever, because I hear a lot of people, oh, if you like breathing in or tasting the taste of lighter fluid, blah 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 blah. So I went from Zippos, not that I don't love a good Zippo, to butane torch lighters, which I've showed you guys. My mustache is getting into my mouth. I need to trim it again. But other than that, I like the way how my beard looks, except for the one side over here. It feels like somebody gouged out a spot, but that's just how my beard is. No beard is perfect. A beard is it's, if you have balm and oil in it, you can get your beard to do whatever you want to do. But if you don't have the balm part to hold and style your beard, you know, it's not gonna do exactly what you want. But that's fine. Like I said, one day I do want to have a third button beard. I want to get it down to here, but my work at my job, you're only allowed to have a 2 to 1 inch beard in length. I think it's full of shit. I think, my face is my face. Don't worry about my face. But back in the day, when the company started, it was, you had to be clean shaven except for a mustache, which we all know, you know, that was a big, military thing, and then even to have a mustache, you had to be a higher rank to have a mustache. So Well, I got to go for a little bit. It's gonna burn uneven. I don't think there's anything that I can really do about it today because of the wind. But that first, when you light this thing firsthand, it is strong. I'll tell you that right now. I'm trying to think of other things to talk about right now, other than the weather. That breeze feels great. Like I said, I really don't care if this thing burns evenly right now. It's gonna. See, it's just higher here, but it's gonna burn. It's fine. I ain't worried about it anymore. I'm gonna put those down there. Let's see. Tonight's Friday. I got SmackDown recorded. I don't know if you guys out there watch wrestling or not. You know, who's your favorite wrestler? Drop it down in the comments. Mine will always be Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, Kane and Undertaker. A lot of those guys, they don't wrestle no more. Well, Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, they left AEW. They went back to TNA. Like, I remember when CM Punk and Jeff Hardy were going through their feud back in like 2009, 2010. And the winner there was a stipulation to the steel cage match. The winner got to stay in WWE, and the other one had to leave WWE. And you know, knowing the things that I know now about wrestling, it's like, oh well, their contracts run out. You know, they're either gonna sign again or they're gonna go to another company for a while. You know, but you know, whatever opportunity they can have, like, oh, come to TNA, you'll get a title run for a while. You know, because we want you to boost up our show a little bit. You know, or like, yeah, if you stay in WWE, you know, we gotta finish out this storyline for a while, and that's gonna take some time before we can fit you into another storyline. So you would have to be on, you know, like SmackDown, or if they can't fit you on there, you'd have to go to NXT, or you know, things like that. You know, and so it's like, well, I'll go to AEW, or I'll go to TNA, or I'll go to Ring of Honor, or I'll go to New Japan or Mexico or wherever they have a wrestling show that they can get paid good money, you know, or to actually be in a title run or a title shot opportunity, you know, that they're gonna take it. Yeah, it's burning evil. Kind of like Statue of Liberty torch, you know, patriotic. So I was like, oh man, like CM Punk, and then CM Punk, I think like sometime after that, I think maybe 10 years, maybe, I can't really remember. I know he was gone for 10 years and then came back to AEW. Like he came back to AEW for a while, and then 10 years, like exact, he went back to WWE. So him and Drew McIntyre are going at it right now, so that makes it a decent show. Cause I tune in, like I said, for wrestling. You like I love Liv Morgan. I love that girl. I tune in so I can see what she's gonna do, see how the whole Dirty Dom situation and the Judgment Day is gonna rule out, and I'm very interested in seeing what Rhea Ripley is gonna do when she comes back. I think she's gonna tear him a new one for the storyline, because she's actually married her to her actual, you know, husband. So, and Dom got married not that long ago either. So, you know, it's all storyline. And then SmackDown, I look forward to Tiffany Stratton. I look forward to seeing her. Mishin, I like to watch her. I'll watch her on NXT. On NXT, good lord, there's so many people on there that I like. I can barely keep up with them, like with names. Like I can give faces, but I can't give names. Like I'm trying, like Roxanne Perez. Oh, I can't think of their names. Good God, it's driving me nuts. Like I remember Roxanne. She's a very pretty girl. But the other ones I can't remember. I can't remember. AEW. Let's see. Mariah May. I think the reason why I can remember their names is because I actually like have like a thing for them, like a crush. I guess maybe that's why I'm able to remember them. Tony Storm. Timeless Tony Storm. She's cool. I love the whole polka dot dress thing that she does. I love that look on women. I think it's a classic look. The poodle skirts. I think we should be bringing that back. But now pretty much it's tight fitting clothing for women. But I think like if they were to wear a dress and they were to wear a poodle skirt or that polka dot look, I think it would be fantastic in my opinion. Like even like jeans with a polka dot shirt and a bandana in the hair, that would be phenomenal on women nowadays. So, but that's just my opinion. My opinion. Trying to think what else to talk about. Like I know Matt Hardy, his wife, she's very pretty. Jeff's wife's very pretty. Edge, Adam Copeland, he's married to Beth Phoenix. She's a very pretty girl. They're all pretty. They're all pretty. You just hope that their personality is, of good nature and things of that. Because there's nothing like it sucks. Like you get a crush on somebody, then all of a sudden you go up to them like, "Oh, hello, it's nice to meet you," and all of a sudden it's just like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not doing fan meets and greets right now. Sorry," and it's like, well, that blows my feelings for you. Like good God, I just said hello to you. You can just say hello back. You know what I mean? Like there's some of those actors and actresses that are out there that you love to death, and all of a sudden their personality is just shit. You know what I mean? But I guess that's what happens when you get a big head. But I hope everybody's doing good out there. Yeah, this cigar has mellowed out so much. Like the first inch or half an inch of this cigar is a little bit rough. It's that I need a drink, but it's nice and mellow now. Has a great smell. The wind is just blowing the smoke. Yeah, here we go. Put in a darker background, just blowing the smoke away. I like to watch the smoke sometimes. I'll do smoke rings, and I'll just watch. If you can get a good one where you can actually shoot it out for a decent distance and just watch it, dissipate, it's pretty cool. Well, I don't want this video to be too long, but like I said, I hope you guys enjoy the smoke with me. Hope you guys enjoy the backgrounds. Like I said, I don't know where else really to film. I'm tired of filming on my porch, especially during the summertime. Like spring and fall, yeah, okay, that's fine. But summertime when that roof starts heating up and you're just getting warm shade, it's not very pleasing. You know, if you're still sweating in the shade, it's too hot, you know. Well, hopefully we'll get that thunderstorm tomorrow so we can hopefully get some water for the crops and things of that nature.